is everything at with Daniel? This is, you had mentioned, you kind of left open the possibility maybe by the mini camp next week he would be out there in 11-11. You have anything on that?
No, he's still making progress. He'll be in 7-on-7 today. That's kind of been the plan all along. We'll reassess after this week, but he's coming along, making progress.
Do you think Evan Neal will take any 11-on-11?
Not sure yet. So if he can, he will, and if he can't, obviously he won't.
Have you seen anything different from Jalen Hyatt, coming in year two? And in what ways?
Sure, yeah. There's a lot to learn as a rookie. So he's trying to pick up how we do things here, the playbook. I'd say this offseason, in terms of breaking the huddle, getting aligned, knowing what to do, I think he's made a tremendous improvement in that area. You can tell he's been in the system for a year. He's playing with some confidence in terms of the pre-snap stuff, which allows him to play faster post-snap. So he's done a good job. He's improved, from year one to year two. He's really done a good job here, I'd say, in these OTAs of improving each day. I'm pleased with where he's at.
Was his rookie year, would you say, the way he adjusted normal, or like a little less than, or a little more?
Yeah, Paul. Yeah, no, they're all different. Every player's different. I've had some young. Let's just talk about receivers. I've had some young receivers. Deion Branch comes to mind back at New England, second-round pick out of Louisville, who, he was probably one of the fastest guys of picking up, I'd say a tougher system. And then I've had some other guys that it takes almost a year to kind of really feel comfortable. Jalen's done a good job. He meets extra. Coach Groh does a great job with them. Those guys are constantly meeting. I think that's really helped him leading into this year. He still does that, in fact, with Mike. So he's made progress. He's done a good job in OTAs. I think he's improved and happy with where he's at.
Those are one-on-ones?
One-on-ones, yeah. Sometimes he's just in there. Sometimes there's a couple other guys in there as well, but he spends a lot of time at it, works really hard at it.
Expect to have a definitive word on Darren at some point?
At some point. Right now there's no change to the last couple times I've talked to you guys. It's in the same spot.
I would guess mandatory camp is sort of the next deadline?
Yeah, what I said earlier is we'll give him his time, and when he makes his decision, he makes his decision.
When's the last time you talked to him?
I've communicated with Darren throughout the, I'd say, off season, mostly via text. Yep.
Have you seen his videos?
Yeah, I have. Yep.
Dave, there's so many good receivers in this league now that I don't know if any team can get away with not having a number one cornerback. You guys didn't make a big move at corner this offseason, which I take as a vote of confidence in Deonte Banks. Is he ready to step up and take on the number one receivers in this league?
Yeah, obviously he played a lot for us last year. We liked him coming out of the University of Maryland. I think he's another guy like Hyatt in terms of the more he plays, the more comfortable he's gotten. He's playing some different things here with our new defense, but he's done a really good job, I'd say, throughout these OTAs as well.
Dave, talk about your running back room. Obviously, it's new. You've got two young guys,
Sure.
a veteran Devin, and obviously Saquon no longer here. How's that shaping up for you, and what do you like about these guys?
Well, I've had familiarity with Devin. Devin's been a productive back. When he was with me at Buffalo, did a good job at Houston, has some good leadership traits about him. He's been in the league for a little bit here. He knows our system inside and out, even though he was at Houston for the 1 year, but he's very comfortable with how we do things, and he's done a good job leading that room with some younger guys in there, whether it be Gray and Tracy. And Tracy's been a good, I wouldn't say surprise, later round draft pick. He's done a really good job in this camp of picking up the information pretty quickly. Joel Thomas has really done a good job with him. The rookies meet extra, so I'm encouraged by the group until we get the pads on and they're taking shots and blitz pickup and things like that. But up to this point, they're doing everything they can do to be as good as they can.
Dave, Devin has that personality where he shares with rookies. He loves to take them under his wing.
Yeah, I think he's had some good mentors too in his career, but I wouldn't say Motor's overly vocal, but he's very smart, cerebral player, understands, again, how we do things, very good in terms of assignments. So I think that helps. I think that helps the younger players, and it helps Coach Thomas too.
Dave, how much when you go into an off season and then you go into a new season, there's always so much talk about how you're going to fix a player, how you're going to get a player up to a certain level. Is it almost a lost art to be able to go in and take what you would consider good players and be able to identify things that can take them from good to maybe the next level that they can make?
No, we spend a lot of time on that post, right at the end of the season of our evaluations. It's one of the most important things we can do is evaluate our players and just use Dexter, for example. Dre Patterson has done a great job with him, along with Brian Cox, of taking things. That's what you try to do as a coach, no matter who you're coaching, is try to help improve your players, whether it be by a technique, whether it be a scheme. So, I mean, that's the job of a coach, and regardless of the talent of the player or where they rank or anything like that, that's our job to evaluate him and then ultimately try to help him be as good as he can be.
Has Tyler Newbin taken a lot of snaps with the ones that we haven't seen?
Yeah, I'd say we've, this is OTAs with 1s, 2s, 3s. There's a lot of people mixing in there. Newbin's taking snaps, I'd say probably with all of them. He's another really smart player. I think the scouting staff did a great job, along with Jerome and Trier, of evaluating that. You watch him, if you watch him over in individuals, a lot of times people are going through it, and he's over there to the side before he gets his rep doing the exact same thing as Pinnock. He asks a lot of questions, very attentive. I'm glad we have him.
Do you have high starting expectations for a second-round rookie, or do you look at it more like this guy's here to develop, and if he doesn't start for us, that's okay? Yeah,
I'd say, Pat, we throw him out there. We give him as many reps as we can. We do as much individual technique work as we can, and it's really up to the player in terms of how they progress, the production that they have, the assignment execution that we want them to have, and regardless, wherever they're drafted, whatever round, free agent, new pick, we try to play the best guys.
Dave, you said this is only OTAs, but how much can the work and the ethic that you put in here develop the attitude for the season?
Well, the chemistry and the stuff that the players do off the field, along with the the competitive style that we have on the field. Obviously, there's certain rules that we abide by, but it's important. Again, it's a voluntary camp, but we've had a great turnout. Again, this is really a teaching camp too. It really is, particularly for the young players, so that they're mentally prepared going into training camp in a month or so.
Was Gunner's injury bad?
It wasn't over the top. He won't practice today, but he'll be good for training camp.
What has impressed you about Alex Johnson? Looks like he's getting some good work here.
Yeah, no, I think, look, with all these guys, Pat, we're really rotating a lot of different people, and if they do good in one practice, we give them some more reps. But we're switching. That's what this time of year is for, relative to give them as much as they can handle, move them around, see how they communicate with other players within the system. And then once training camp hits, obviously the closer it gets, the more you want to be, set where you want to be.
Is Gunner then not going to go next week?
Yeah, I don't think he'll go next week. But training camp, I think should be ready to go in training camp.
What is Runyon bringing to the room so far?
One more time.
Runyon, what is he bringing to the room so far, and is part of him being on the right side to help Evan?
Yeah, he's played in multiple spots. He's a pro. Again, Chris Rossetti and his staff, Joe, they've done a good job of identifying. He's smart, he's tough, he communicates well. I think that's important in between John and Evan to have a good communicator. And it's important on the left side with Luminor and AT as well. But he's done a really good job since he's been here, a true pro.
If I could
I'm sure.
go ahead, Kim.
Yeah, I can't hear back here, so sorry if this is a
Come on up.
But you were asked about Banks. What about the depth behind him?
Yeah,
Where is that?
Good competition. It's good. Jerome's doing a really good job with those guys. They're improving every day, and it'll be good to get out here in a month for training camp to get the pads on and let them compete it out.
I'm sure you saw the Nick Sirianni comments about how he responds to Giants fans. Do you have any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I love Giants fans.
What about Eagles fans? They get on you a lot here?
Yeah, I love Giants fans.
Do you think that they got your best player?
Yeah, look, I'm focused on OTAs. I'm focused on our football team. Go out here and have a good practice.